Well, hey folks, this is Mike Antile at Sailfish Solar. Today we're going to talk about some different gimmicks and kind of tricks that we've seen from solar salesmen over the years. And we're going to talk about some red flags that you really want to watch out for when you are considering a solar purchase for your home or for your business. So let's dive right in here. Six things that we're going to talk about today. The first is over estimates on what the production of the system will be. The second are salesmen who will push you on a payment, which might be the right option for you, but it might also not be. The third thing we're going to talk about is lower tier quality equipment. We'll also talk about tax credits and what it is for and what it isn't for. We'll also talk about equipment that can be represented as kind of an inflated price just so they can turn around and then all of a sudden give it to you at a discount. And the fourth thing we'll talk, or excuse me, the final thing that we'll talk about are these big kind of out-of-state conglomerates that really haven't done much business in Florida, but are all of a sudden coming to do business here. Inflating the production estimates of a solar system is probably the biggest misrepresentation that we encounter when we're out there dealing with competitors and salesmen from other companies. Ultimately, salesmen, for some reason, they love to overinflate the production estimate of your system. And what this will do is this will kind of really result in a skewed number that can affect return on investment and payback and monthly savings calculations. The reality is we kind of know what the production of the system is going to be. So it is true misrepresentation to say that a system is going to produce more than it actually is going to. We know over the past 2 decades, as we've been gathering this data, pretty much exactly what the annual sunlight hours are going to be. Give or take 100, hours here or there. There's also a bunch of, information, publicly available information as to how many hours of sunlight you should get at your property. We at Sailfish Solar, we have a tendency to stay conservative. We'd rather under-promise and over-deliver. So if you get it in a proposal from us and it looks something like this, as you can see right here, we're actually going to tell you exactly what we think that the production of that system is going to be. And then from there, we can calculate what your return on investment is going to be, your rate of return, and everything else. So again, we definitely would rather be conservative with this number rather than aggressive and show you that you are going to get a true payment, or excuse me, a true savings every month, something you can really take to the bank. Another thing to watch out for is salesmen who just push you on a payment. If you are financing your system, the payment will be a big factor, but the ability to kind of mix and match terms and interest rates and origination fees and really just focusing on a payment can lead to a problem there. That's why we have a tendency to say, let's focus on the price, or excuse me, let's focus on the value and the price of the system rather than just on what the monthly payment is going to be. Another thing that you really have to watch out for is lower quality equipment. At the end of the day, there are a lot of different types of solar equipment to choose from. We think that we've kind of narrowed down what we think the best choices are that are out there and available in the market. We really only recommend tier 1, nothing shy of tier 1, and then the reality is you should be even in the best of tier 1 product. But Florida in particular, we have wind zone and weather rating considerations that have to be kind of brought into the mix. And then of course the warranty of the product and the historical performance of the product mean kind of everything in this market. So it really is critical that you have the right panel in Florida. And of course, we're happy to advise that and tell you what we give to most of our clients. But if you have a panel that is made by a company that's only been in business for 5 years and they're $100 million or less company, I would definitely be cautious of that. Again, we typically are only using equipment that is made by companies that are $100 billion and that have been in business for a long, long time. There's some more information on our website which will help you understand kind of what our general philosophy is on what types of equipment that you should use. But to say the least, low quality equipment and low quality labor can be absolutely disastrous when it comes to a solar installation. As you can see here, this is a not a top-notch installation to say the least. Another big gimmick that we see that is really disheartening in this day and age is throwing in extra items that do not qualify for the solar investment tax credit. Right now, I'm recording this video in 2021. We have a 26% federal tax credit, which is available through the end of next year, at which point it'll drop down to 22%. But it's important to know that the solar investment tax credit is only for solar. So we've seen quotes from our competitors that they can throw in an air conditioning or a pool pump or windows and doors or an entire roof. All of this is completely illegal. If someone suggests this, that they're going to add on things to your invoice that will qualify for the solar ITC, I would run as fast and as far as possible from that salesperson, because that is an unethical business practice. It's an unethical person. It's not somebody you want to do business with. We can have a conversation with your CPA or your accountant about the roof space that is specifically underneath the solar panels. But other than that, there really is nothing additional, not even the kitchen sink here, that can be thrown in to include in the solar investment tax credit. Another one of the kind of gimmicks that we always see is that there's this big sale on solar and it's a temporary price reduction and so on. And the reality is the prices for solar installations have really kind of settled down. The days where there was the huge drop in the price because the technology is becoming more efficient are over with. In fact, we have another video on our YouTube channel talking about grid parity, where we dive in a little bit deeper about the cost of solar coming down. But that huge drop in price is over. Right now, this video in 2021, prices are around $3 a watt. They're really not going any lower. So if somebody tells you that they're going to give you a price at $4 a watt, but they're going to discount it down to $3 a watt, the truth is they could have just started at $3 a watt, because that's pretty much what solar is going for these days. So don't fall for this gimmick where they're going to give you a 30% discount right out of the gates, because the reality is nobody has access to that type of pricing. The price is what the price is. What solar installations are really all about is quality, and somebody who cares enough about your project to make sure that they are getting you in the right solar system. The last thing we want to point out to look out for is to really watch out for these big out-of-state conglomerates. If you might have seen in our grid parity video, the marketplace in Florida really is starting to grow. We've hit this point where the cost of electricity is now more expensive than the cost of owning your own solar system. And as a result of that, salesmen are flocking to the state, and they're coming here like lemmings from all over the place. And these big out-of-state corporations are starting to do the same. The reality is, in Florida, more than most other states, you really do need local installers who know the local rules and know the local guidelines. Florida is very unique in many ways, and the counties within Florida are very unique in many ways as well, in particular the permitting process. So the phrase shop local has never really been more important than it is with dealing with solar installers here in the state of Florida. And then last but not least, this is our shout out to Simpsons fans who might be familiar with Hank Scorpio's corporation, Globex. So if you made it this far, do us a favor, give this video a like. We would really appreciate that. And please visit us at sailfishsolar.com anytime for a free estimate. We can give you a proposal that's free of gimmicks, where we just focus on the facts and the numbers of what your solar system is actually going to produce. So give us a call, send us an email, or visit us online. We'd love to talk to you.